received from some of the TICOM so far has been very positive, because I think it's going to benefit them greatly. And it's not just about benefiting IW, it'll really, I think, benefit how we do IW at sea for the carrier strike group. It's going to be, I think it's going to really tighten things up, it'll tighten readiness up, it'll provide continuity, where there is, as you know, has always kind of been a moving target of manpower and training and just-in-time kind of stuff. And I think that will really help that out. So the intent would be to do that and then move that, if that is successful, build that out and then look to also do that where we have our 05 IWCs as well on the Fibrons at some later date. But we want to move thoughtfully, we want to move deliberately and carefully so that these are well thought out things, and we'll do some learn by doing. I'm not afraid if it doesn't look or feel quite right, we'll adjust on the fly to kind of, I think, get after what we need to get after, and hopefully it will deliver both warfighting effects better, it'll deliver readiness better to the fleet, and it'll provide a lot of continuity, I think, for both the Carrier Strike Group commander and the overall composite warfare construct. So hopefully that answered your question. Thanks, Dick.
Good afternoon, Admiral. IS-1 DiBernardis from Fallon over at Nautic.
IS-1.
I am one of the 6 or 7 enlisted WTIs. So you spoke on the warfare and tactics instructor.
Yeah.
Speaking more on the weapons.
Yeah. Good job.
Speaking on the weapons side, and as we develop the enlisted route for those weapons and tactics instructors, is there interest in closing that building based on that specific qualification to maintain those SMEs as of now, or is that conversation being had between Navifor and Navifor?
I'm not sure. Explain to me more.
So when I get my WTI qualification, I would still get...
Did you go through NIWITIC?
I actually went through Nautic's rotary wing weapons
okay. All right.
and tactics instructor school.
Okay.
But I would still be able to go building anywhere as an IS instead of maintaining that level 5 WTI qualification and continuing on in a squadron or at a different level. So is there interest, or is there any positives that would come out of once someone becomes a WTI maintaining that qualification and staying in billets driven by WTI?
Sure. Good question. So one of the things we adopted at NIWITIC, and we did it based on what we learned from both the work at Fallon and the work at SMITIC, was when you get patched up and you get qualled, we got to get a payback tour out of you. So are you in your payback tour? No, okay. Well, you will be, right? Yeah, all right. So, and so that's the intent. The intent is, how, we want to make sure that we can get a payback tour where that individual can be very impactful in helping shape TTP, ConOps, doctrine development, war gaming, whatever it happens to be. And then obviously, now you're part of that patched up group. We want you to keep the saw sharp. So we'll have some re-blue events as you go through. And then the other things you guys have too are the integrated warfare working groups, which I think are tremendously powerful, where you bring everybody together. So I don't see us necessarily pigeonhole folks where you're going to get that super qual and that's all you're going to do for the rest of your life. We got to keep you due course, we got to keep you promotable, and we got to keep you on path for all the good things the Navy's going to ask of you ahead. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, you bet.
Good afternoon, Admiral. Lieutenant Commander Payne with U.S. Space Command.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. So traditionally, a special access program is constrained by billets. Is there any discussion or conversation with maybe making a blanket or community-based SAP access? Or I'm specifically a maritime space officer, so thinking of as we move around to remain plugged into some of those key SAP programs.
Yeah, that's a great question too. So certainly in my last job, I saw the benefit of having consistent access to those fully informed programs, and certainly in your neck of the woods, I think that's going to be pretty much your lifeblood. You've got the Nav Space commander over there, and I bet you he wants you to have access to SAP as well for most of your tour. So The good part is we have a good partner with N9SP, and so we all kind of see the benefit of creating more accesses and allowing more people into that domain to get after the warfighting effects we need to have. And so whether it's through wargaming at a compartmental level, Space Force has Battle School, a few others. So we're gonna continue to push on that. And I think we're really pushing on an open door. But of course, you've got to go through the due diligence about how you manage those programs. So, but I see more people having them and to greater effect. So does that answer your question? Okay, good. Thanks for the question. All right. Fabulous. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Over to Joe. All right, Joe, we're all done. Over to you.
Thanks, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll reconvene at 2 o'clock for our next speaker, Admiral Clapperton. Thank you.